Because if you're walking into your home every day and going, oh God, that gate is still creaking, I've got to do something about that. Oh my God, this house is a dump. Oh, look at the front lawn, it needs doing, why is this such a pain? Why have I got all this to do? This house is so difficult, blah, 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 blah. Negative, 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 negative. That is negative and repetitive thinking. That repetitive thought will turn into a repetitive belief. And the belief will turn into a conviction. And when you're convinced of something, it turns into actions. And when you are actually, these are your habits. If your habits are coming through in your actions, what is that saying to your children? You know, your children are looking around you thinking, well, you don't care about the house, so why should I? And then you start yelling at them because they don't respect the house. But actually, they just picked that up. So first impressions count. No photos and no personal stuff. I couldn't disagree more about this one. I think when you're living in your home, the ability to express yourself and use your home as a canvas is one of the biggest privileges that you have of owning a home. It is your opportunity to share your view on the world and to teach your children what your view is about the world. It's to be able to show off not only who you are now by how you design the system to work effectively, but who you used to be, about all the fun times you used to have before children. And also who you will be, who you aspire to be. I think it's really important to be able to fill your home with visual triggers, little anchors that will remind you of what you want to be, of where you're going with your life. So, for example, something that reminds you of the past. It doesn't need to be some kind of cliched thing, oh, I used to be a traveller, therefore I should have a sombrero hat. It's more of it can be really quite subtle, that only you understand. So a painting of a sunset that other people might just think, oh, that's kind of nice. But to you, it's actually a particular sunset, and something very specific happened that evening. And your aspirations, maybe you want to retire to a nice Tuscan villa, and wouldn't we all? So having little symbols around you that just trigger you every now and again, just kind of clock, yeah, that's where I'm heading, that's what I'm going to do. They will bring about positive thinking, positive beliefs, positive habits, positive actions. And this is true for your children too. You know, encouraging them to have a better relationship with reading is obviously something that we'd like to do. So putting around, bookshelves that are fun means that they will walk towards the bookshelf and then possibly pick up the book if you're lucky. Designing desks for them that they actually want to sit at might encourage them to do their homework. And I suggest these things because I know that you're all good mummies and they're quite worthy things, but I encourage you to think about it because, they are your children. What do your children aspire to be and aspire to do? And Jo, unfortunately, isn't with us tonight, but she was. This is a beautiful photo by Jo Scott, and it's wonderful to have images around, not only of what they have done, whether kids love to go through old photo albums. Why not always doing it? Like, look at me when I was so little. That's you. I was so grown up now. But it's really wonderful to be able to have those images around you, and also for them to think, to remind them. This is what you want to do with your life, and they don't need to be Wayne Rooney pictures. They could be beauty in themselves. So in summary, house doctoring is for selling; it's not for living.